Facebook as well. Let them in, let them in. Where are we joining from? West, where are people joining from? Read some of where they are joining from on the chat. West, go ahead. Facebook as well.
Okay, so we have a lot from Canada, so Prince Edward. We have a lot of them from Ottawa. We have Terry joining from Jamaica. We have Carrie joining from Toronto as well. We have Shirlene joining from Belize. We have
Belize.
Sasha joining from Dominica, and Jennifer joining from Dominica as well.
Who is joining from Belize, you said?
Shirlene's joining from
Okay. All right, that's good. Nice to see you all. Nice to see you all. Welcome, welcome. So, Wes, why don't you start us off? Why are you here? Why are you here? What have you come to do today?
I'm here because I'm passionate about leadership. And I know that, just connecting with leaders like yourself is going to allow me to expand my mind, allow me to become more flexible, and just gain more insight that's going to allow me to fuel my purpose and just my drive and my passion. That's why I'm here.
Okay, and what is one thing you are hoping to learn today?
Just continue to learn the effective habits and the mindset and the quality of what an effective leader is. I remember just reading from your book is that there's no such thing as bad leadership. There's only ineffective and effective leadership. So that's why I'm really just looking to learn.
That's good. Well, thanks for sharing. Sharing quotes. See, now you have to come in and correct me on that one. COOT. I've never seen a name like that. It's beautiful though.
Yes, it's Shirlene Coots.
Oh, Shirley Quotes. Where are you joining from?
It's evening where I'm from. Hello, everybody. It's nice to be here. Well, for me, when it comes to the leadership aspect, I'm just looking forward to getting some more information when it comes to my personal growth in my leadership role. And I'm glad to be here with all of you fellow leaders, and I'm sure I could learn a lot from you guys.
Yes, and we'll learn from you. What country are you joining from though?
Huh? Repeat?
Where are you joining from? Where, Canada or
I'm
where?
joining from Belize.
Oh, Belize, you're joining
in
from
Central
Belize.
America. We're in between Guatemala and Mexico.
Yes, all I know is Belize is beautiful and you can hide your money there. Is that true?
That's not necessarily true.
That's not true?
No.
I have lots of money I want to bring in there. I can't.
Well, you're welcome. I'm a part of the tax administration here in Belize, so come, I'll be waiting for you.
How did you find out about this workshop, by the way?
Well, actually, we have our training unit, and that's one of the area that falls under my portfolio. So we realized our training coordinator sent out the invite to all the managers, etc., and asked invited persons to join the session if possible. And just looking at it and looking at the information and a little bio that I did on you, I said, okay, I need to sign up for this training and to get whatever information I could obtain from you based on your vast knowledge that I've realized you really have. So I'm looking forward to it.
How do you know that, Shirley? How do you know I even have any knowledge around?
You do. I did my research.
Oh, you did your research.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's another thing of leadership. Leaders don't walk into places blind. They certainly don't cover their camera, and they obviously prepare, right? So, this conversation we're doing, this is what leadership is about, right? It is said that there are three kinds of people in the world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened afterwards, right? Obviously, you're one of those who make things happen. Well, nice to meet you. We actually trained some leaders in Belize. They're in some credit union. I don't know if some of them are online, but we've done some work in Belize. We've trained people in over 40 nations. Actually, I've been to many of those Caribbean islands, but not Belize. So I will be there soon by God's grace. But thank you so much, Charlene, for joining us today. Let me pick on some young people. I see young people here. Gerard Lewis. Gerard Lewis.
Hello, how's it going, sir?
Yes, Gerard Lewis, why are you here? You should, I mean, I'm sure your friends are out there playing basketball or volleyball or something, or, you look very young to me. You're a young man, are you not?
Yeah, I am. I'm 19 years old, sir.
19. My
Yes, sir.
goodness. Yes,
Yes,
you
sir.
could be my son. My boy is 20. He
Yeah,
plays a soccer scholarship for some college. Yeah, but I have kids. I have children who are 32, who are 30. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad to see you. Why are you here?
Sounds,
Why are you here?
I'm happy to be here because Burley invited me actually. Burley Severin invited me to come to this leadership seminar. So I'm a college student at Algonquin. I studied business management for entrepreneurship, and my goal is to become a great leader and have my own business one day. So I feel like this course could be amazing for me too. So that's why I'm here. So
Why do you want to be a great leader? You say your goal is to be a great leader. Why? Why you want to be a great leader?
because I've experienced some bad leaders at the place I
Mm.
work, I have a very stubborn manager. Ways it's really hard-headed. It's either his way or nothing goes. So I don't want to be like that. I want to learn from people that are good leaders and then take the input and put it to my own game as well. So
Yes, yes. Your reason is valid. Many of us have experienced bad leadership. Let me just do a quick survey on the chat. If you've experienced bad leadership, just put yes on the chat right now. Let's see. And if you've not, say no. Maybe you report to Jesus Christ. Who knows? So if you've experienced bad leadership on the chat, put yes, and I'm going to pick on somebody to explain what bad leader look like. Somebody says yes. Larry Owamba. Larry Owamba. Where's Larry Owamba? Larry Owamba, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Yes. You said you've experienced bad leadership. What does that look like? Tell us.
I think bad leadership is inflexible. I think a good
Mm.
leader leads you through these situations, and these situations may vary and shift. And I think it's up to them to make the changes for the whole group. And I find that bad leadership doesn't recognize the shifts and the changes that are happening and try to lead the group in a singular way that may not be effective all the time.
You started by saying bad leadership is inflexible.
Yes.
What do you mean by inflexible?
I mean that their strategies or their techniques or the way of communicating can't change. So they're only going to do things one way. And if that one way isn't working, then that's it.
So it's basically their way or the highway, as they say.
Yes.
Yes, my way or the highway. Is there somebody you have in mind?
Um, maybe an old boss from work, but personally I try not to think too much about the bad leaders. I try to just move on from it. But yeah, if I had to think of somebody, maybe just an old boss from work.
Yes. Okay. I don't want to go political, but I think we have one that is always on the TV these days.
Yes, yes.
I think I already gave myself away. Morales, why are you laughing? I didn't mention any name. Morales, unmute yourself. Who do you have in mind?
Well, you didn't mention a name, but it's quite obvious, right? I think it's right out there. The proof is right there in the pudding. So and and so yeah, so I could relate to that. And I think what the previous gentleman, what's his name, Larry was explaining, I think that was definitely something in line with what youngster Gerald was saying in terms of he doesn't want to be such a leader. And I think he also related to the inflexibility of his previous leaders or current leader, what not. So
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to be talking about two skill sets of transformational leaders that nobody talks about. I've Googled it. Like nobody's talking about it. But without these two, two things will happen. Whether you become ineffective or you die. That's the truth. People say, die? Yes, you die. Without these two skills I'm about to share, you die. That's the truth. All right. But before I share that, let me hear from Deborah Boyd Boggs. Honor to have you in my class. Unmute yourself. Let's hear your voice. Where are you joining from? Why are you here? You are muted. You are muted. And Nicole, don't hide. Your time's coming up, Nicole Hiller. Deborah, go ahead.
I think I can identify with Nicole. Nicole, don't hide. Deborah, don't hide. Good evening to everyone. Why am I on here? I saw the invitation, and this is not something that I would normally do. I'm a retired person, so when I participate in any type of webinars or what have you, it's usually someone or an organization I already know about or am connected to. But I think that the topic of tenacity and resilience, those qualities are definitely required. They're indispensable for success. If you want to be successful, you've got to be tenacious. If you want to be successful, you've got to be resilient. And especially, that's true for everyone, but for certain people, if you're in a country like the United States and you've lived some of its history, you can't make it without that. So you have to confront too many things. So I thought I could be on and learn something new from was Professor Ihama. Is that right?
Yes, it's my honor. You've just promoted me to professorship, so I will ask for my pay increase after.
But anyway, good evening to everyone, and it seems like it's going to be a very interesting and stimulating discussion.
Yes.
So I'm happy to be with you and to learn more about this topic.
Absolutely. Honor to have you. Where in the US are you joining from?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. I've been there.
From Washington, D.C. But for several years, I did live outside the United States in an African country. I was in Niger.
Oh, Niger. I'm originally from Nigeria.
Next door, I know.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
been to
They have
Nigeria, of course.
the River Niger there. Okay, well, that's cool.
And for years, people who should have known better, African studies scholars, when I would write on a proposal, Niger, oh, you mean Nigeria? And I said, no.
Yeah. There are still people who
two
think Africa is
countries.
one country. There are still people out there who think Africa is one country.
Yeah, of course, now that the Sahel is in the news,
yes,
in particular, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, those countries in the news a lot now. So people who had never even heard of them or knew nothing are aware. So that's a good thing. And I was always a proponent of the so-called mysticism help the continent.
Yeah.
You know, now that all of the resources have been uncovered, then there are new forms of exploitation.
It is. Neo-colonialism continues. Colonialism didn't end. It just metamorphed into neo-colonialism.
But anyway, good evening, everybody.
Yes.
Nice to meet you all.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Deborah Boyd Boggs. Okay. Jennifer, you're joining from Dominica. Nice to see you. We were in Dominica for about a week, I think, and you were in all the program. What are maybe two things you got that still stick with you today when you heard me speak in Dominica?
Two things I got. Leaders are responsive and leaders are bold. I got many more, but I'll just say these two. And those are the two top ones I would say that really fired me up. It exploded me to be from one level to the next. And well, I have your books and I'm reading the Welcome to Greatness one right now. So basically, all of what you said impacted me, but I'll just say this to your presence here impacted me as well. The way you embodied yourself, you occupied the space God called you to, that spoke to me. The way you're so confident because you know what God has called you to and you know what you're doing, that as well really impacted me. I have been transformed. I must say it was a transformational leadership session and I was transformed. I am not the same that I was. I can tell you that much. I have been brought a whole long ways away from where I was, and I am thankful to the Lord for your visit to Dominica together with Patricia, BBA. It was really an awesome experience. Awesome. I'm looking forward to tonight to get even more.
Absolutely. So what I hear you say is what you learned is not even what I said, is what I did.
Yeah, you can say that. Yes, definitely.
Yes. So that is proof of leadership. Anybody can speak as long as they have mouth and the mouth works.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be. So, and if you're taking down notes, write this down. Leadership is being, B-E-I-N-G. Leadership is being. It's not the talk. Politicians talk all the time. Even we have pastors that talk all the time. We have fathers, mothers, boyfriend, girlfriend. They talk. Nothing happened. Leadership, you see it. That's why I told you all, when you come to a Zoom call, don't come with your screen blacked out. That's not leadership. Not even close to being leadership. It's not even close. I don't even know what it is. Like, except you are in an operating theater, you are transplanting heart. Like, don't do that. And even if you have to do that, you excuse yourself. You don't even have to know who's doing it. Like, there's a gentleman on this call, I don't know who, I didn't see your name, but somebody says, listen, I'll turn on my camera, I just have to finish this for 10 minutes. That's leadership. Write it down. What you're going to learn here today, I'm guaranteeing you, 80% you never heard. If you think you have, write me back later. Because I'm not telling you what I read. I'm telling you from what I learned from those who are being. Leadership is being, B-E-I-N-G. Leadership is a mindset. Is a mindset. Leadership is a spirit that can only be ignited by purpose, sustained by passion, and guided by principle. You can't be voted into leadership. Don't tell me because we just voted a new prime minister in Canada, we have a new leader. We don't have a new leader. We have a new prime minister. Let's be clear. That's what the Americans, they thought they had a new leader until they found out they only have a new president. He's not a leader yet. Not even close to being one. Not even close. Somebody, one young man there, you are 18 or 19 years old, and you say leadership is, bad leadership is inflexibility. You don't go around deporting people, some that have papers, and you see you're a leader. But don't let me go that route. So thank you, Jennifer. Let's hear from my dear friend here, Nicole, and then Henry will welcome everybody and tell them what to expect, and I'll take it off from there. Nicole, where are you joining from, and why are you here? I love the smile, by the way. I love the smile. You've been smiling all evening.
I'm joining from Jamaica. Good evening, everyone. I try to join your Zoom sessions whenever it's going on because there's a lot that you, in terms of knowledge, that you impart on each of us who, take the time out or who have an open mind and are willing to learn. And I appreciate it. I function in the human resources department and I dare not claim to know it all. I believe every day is an opportunity to learn. And I learn even through interviews from persons who have not been employed, as they're just having simple conversations with them. And so I'm open to learning. I like the fact that today's topics focuses on tenacity and resilience. And those are two very important points in leadership. With my understanding, tenacity is really it's how the brain functions, then, so to speak, how you go about doing, how you maintain your focus and your clarity while you go through your functions as a leader. But the resilience is what carries you through. And as I said, those are definitely needed, especially in today's world, because if not for those, among other things, I would have given up already.
You muted yourself there. So you say you're joining from Jamaica. So obviously you've heard me speak before.
Yes, I have.
You've never gone through any of my program though, because I will remember you.
I'm sorry?
Have you gone through any of my program, my certification programs?
No, I don't think I've gone through another certification.
Oh, okay, where in Jamaica are you?
I'm in Kingston.
Oh, Kingston. Okay. Yes. That's my second home, actually. I've been there. Oh, yeah, many times. I'm always at the Pegasus Hotel is my address. Pegasus.
Nice.
Yes. I do a lot of work for the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Okay.
I do a lot of work for Honeybun.
Oh, yeah, really?
The owner of Honeybun is my client. I'm her coach.
Look at that.
I do a lot of work for PSOJ.
Yes, the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica.
And I do a lot of work for Cable and Wireless Jamaica Credit.
No, I think they're now Flow.
They are now, yes. The president is my client. I coach her. I coach him and I coach her, the director. So I coach a lot of executives. I coach over 32 executives in Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
If I add all their budgets together, it's over $1 billion US.
Oh my
so yes, if I add their budgets together, it's over $1 billion US. So I coach people who have authority over $1 billion US in Jamaica.
Wow.
Just Jamaica alone.
Just Jamaica alone.
Yes.
Amazing.
What organization do you work for?
Derrimon Trading.
Derrimon?
Derrimon Trading Company Limited.
Trading. Okay, you send me more information about it. I'd love to know more about your work out there in Jamaica. But thank you so much for always being here. I'm going to allow Henry Luyombia. You have 4 minutes. I want to kick off at 6:30, so it's 6:26. You have 4 minutes to introduce yourself. Tell them what to expect. Whether you tell them to fasten their seatbelt or whatever you want to tell them.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wow, what a great evening to start. It's Tuesday, and the way everyone is talking about leadership is an indication that we are all leaders. Special thanks to everyone who has joined. Most importantly, those who are having their cameras on. Leadership is a spirit, we've been told. It can only be ignited by purpose, sustained by passion, and guided by principles. That is from The Mystique of Leadership, a book by Alex Nosahara Ihama. Welcome, everyone. My name is Henry Luyombia. I am the Director of Admin and Mental Health at the Canadian Congress on Inclusive Diversity and Workplace Equity. I'm also an admin at the School of Greatness. This conversation is around leadership, but leadership from a different perspective. Yes, we just had Alex remind us whatever is happening globally. You and I know what is happening. Whether you're on your phone, you know what's in the news, whether it's on TV or radio. In my country, Canada, in the past 2 months, we've had 2 prime ministers. UK alone, in the last many years, about 5. We have a lot of conflict going on in the Middle East, in the Sudan, in the Congo. What today's conversation is helping us to understand that tenacity and leadership go hand in hand. That resilience and leadership go hand in hand. So those two, if we combine them, tenacity and resilience, we're going to be effective leaders. We are almost ending the 4th month of the year, and it's never too late to be that leader that you want to be. And it's a mindset like Alex has invited us to understand. But very importantly, my friends, is understanding how to be instead of how to do. That example that has just been given, I think it was Gerard or someone who talked about Alex's conversation, but learning not only from Alex, but Alex is preaching what is actually, is actually living what he's preaching. That is leadership. So my friends, I'm inviting you to take a moment to actually be here, to be present. You can close those browsers. If you have a notepad, I hope you have at least 2 pages so far from Professor Alex Ihama. If you're using your computer, maybe it's on the second page. If you're driving, like someone indicated, please don't turn on your camera. But if you're not, you are invited to be that leader, to be in the Zoom room. These days, we no longer go to boardrooms. And to be that leader that is ready to be resilient, to use tenacity in this day and age where attention is part of leadership. There are so many apps competing for our attention. But until we decide to be in this session, in this training, then it's going to support us on our journey to being greatness leaders. Thank you very much and welcome to the Tenacity and Resilience for Leadership. My name is Henry Luyombia. Over to you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother, friend, son, partner, associate. You're everything to me. Love you, love you, love you. All right, so I'm going to, yes, I'm going to mute everybody and take away the access to unmute as I go through some content here. Let me welcome you once again, everybody here and those watching on Zoom, not Zoom, you guys are on Zoom, the ones watching on what they call it, YouTube, Facebook, and whatever this is being streamed. Welcome to the International School of Greatness. International School of Greatness. Some of you may or may not know my story, but I don't like conventional school. They don't like me either. So right from when I was a baby, a kid, nursery school, I always got in trouble. So they said, right? So they said, maybe I was just curious. Right? But they say I always got in trouble. So they kicked me out of nursery school, kicked me out of primary school, kicked me out of every school I went. So I decided to create my own school, right? And so I created the International School of Greatness. And by God's grace, we impact millions every year. Every year, we train, coach, facilitate, consult, we do everything. I've had close to 1,000 speakers on my platform alone, right? If you see my back there, you see there's Alex Ihama on one side, Canadian Congress on one side, there's School of Greatness on one side, and I have a ministry as well, Alex Ihama Ministry. So, and I've had speakers, I've done conferences. We just did one in Dominica, we're doing another one in Jamaica soon, where I bring in people high level. When I talk high level, you can't go higher than that. Yes, prime ministers, presidents, they've been in my class where I'm speaking at. And some were taking notes. The richest black man was once in my class and he was taking notes. You know, he came with his private jet, right? I would love to have his private jet. Well, I'll get mine soon someday. But the essence here is knowledge is a very interesting thing, right? I learned that no one book contains all, right? No one book contains all. No one person knows all. No one person knows all. And no one country has it all, right? So God created the world in such a way that we need each other, right? So you're here today because you believe you will learn from me, and I pray that you do. But I'm also here today believing that I'll learn from you, and please allow me to learn from you. That's what leadership is about. Leadership is first followership before it's leadership. If you don't know how to follow, you can't know how to lead. Write that down. Some of you never heard that before, right? Some of you are, well, maybe you're not here, but some people are made, they are neither followers nor leaders. I don't know what are they. I don't know. Busy bee. So I have been studying, I've been passionate about the topic of leadership because almost all the leaders, in quote, leaders I've had, they failed me, all of them. And unfortunately, even from the house, from the home, right? From the home to the school, to the job, to the community. And I found out that there are just a few people who understand the concept of leadership. And I studied them. Some of them I met in person. One of them I'll give honor to is Dr. Miles Moreau. Some of you may or may not know him. If you know Dr. Miles Moreau, Henry writes his name down because my accent, they may not get it properly. But if you know Dr. Miles Moreau, I'll give him credit. After meeting so many people, I've met Tony Robbins, Brennan Bashar, Tony Robbins Sharma, all these guys. I met all of them. And the one that really, really clicked with me was Dr. Miles Moreau, a preacher in Bahamas. And I learned a lot of stuff from him. He told me to actually write this book. But while I was writing it, he died. So I gave him tribute here, special tribute to Dr. Miles Moreau. He passed away in his private plane. Yes, that's correct. Private jet. And you know, I learned that leadership, for leadership to be effective, you have to look at it from different dimensions. So when you are speaking to a general in the army, right, and you are speaking to a doctor in a hospital, they are both leaders in their respective areas, circles, so to speak, but the way they are going to lead is going to be different. It's going to be different. However, though, there are fundamentals of leadership that cannot change. Be you Pope, one Pope just died. Hopefully they put in a black Pope, I heard. That'll be good. But one Pope just died. Whether you're a Pope, you are a general, you are a father, you are a mother, you are a son, it doesn't matter what you are. There are just some fundamentals of leadership we must have. So you are going to allow me to walk you through some so that I can raise, at least some of you, your level of awareness when it comes to leadership before I dump the main topic for the day. The main topic for the day is going to be hard. I told you. The fine lady who spoke earlier on, dear sister there from the US, talked about, you know, she's retired, but this tenacity and resiliency, like without them, whether you hold a position of authority or not, you need them. We are in such an era that leadership failure has never been like before. Very unfortunate. You would think the world is getting better. And I beg to differ. I beg to differ. We have AI, but foolishness is high. True of us, put it on the chart. Yes or no? We have AI. AI is crazy. AI can design anything in 1 minute. But foolishness is on the corridors of power. Right? True of us. What do you say? Right? We have people who are very educated. We have people with 2 PhD. I know somebody with 3 PhD. I'm like, 3 PhD? Can I buy one from you? Like, give me $1,000, $10,000. Like, you have 3 PhD, but we have incompetent people in positions of authority. True of us. And, you know, this is really, really unfortunate. So why? Why do we find ourselves in what I call a brouhaha, if you will, a quagmire mess, right? Let's look for some English to quantify what. Why are we in such a mess when we have more people who claim to be highly educated, more people who claim to have money, like 10 people or 8 people now can, no, not 8, I think it's dropped to 6 people worth $1 trillion. $1 trillion can eradicate hunger, can eradicate polio, can eradicate malaria, can eradicate just 6 people. Right? And yet those 6 people, they are increasing their fees every single day. They are looking for a way to gouge you, right? And so what's happening? Here's what I can tell you straight up. I can give you a short answer. Short answer, leadership without spirituality is dictatorship. You want to challenge me on that? I will unmute you. Let's talk about it. Leadership without spirituality is dictatorship. Dictatorship is not a form of leadership. It's the absence of leadership. Come on. If that's hitting you, put on the chart, say, HMM. Let me know who's getting it, who's not. Maybe I need to see it in French. Listen to this. Dictatorship is not a form of leadership. It's the absence of leadership. Leadership without spirituality is dictatorship. In fact, it is absurd. In my book, I say it's absurd. That means it doesn't even make sense, right? So you cannot claim to lead them if you cannot love them. Hello, somebody. Hear me out, hear me out. You work in your workplace. How many times do you hear the word love a day? Many people say 0. Write down. Let me see. How many times do you hear the word love, L-O-V-E, in your workplace? How many times is it used in an adjective, adverb, conjunction, interjection, proverb? How many times do they mention love in your workplace today, yesterday? Many people say 0. See, never. Never. You cannot lead them without loving them. If that's all you take, you can exit right now and take that to the mountain. You cannot lead without love. In fact, hear me out, hear me out. Love is leadership. Hello? If you agree, put on the chat, say I agree. If you don't, say I don't. Capitalize it. Let me just know you really don't. And that's fine. It is fine. Hold on to your own ideas. Leadership is love, and love is leadership. You cannot, impossible claim to love, to lead them without loving them. How do I know leadership is love? Well, there was a man called Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul defined love in the scriptures in 1 Corinthians, in his letter to the Corinthians. It says, love is patient, love is kind. I looked at that and I changed it to leadership is patient, leadership is kind. Leadership does not envy. Leadership does not boast like Donald Trump. Leadership is not proud. Leadership does not dishonor people. Leadership is not self-seeking. Leadership is not easily angered. Leadership keeps no record of wrongs. Leadership does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Leadership always protects, always loves, always hopes, and always perseveres. If you agree, put 100% on that chart. If you don't, put 0. I'm okay. They gave me 0 in school. It didn't kill me. I'm telling you right now, you can give me 0, right? So you see now what I told you, that what you are going to learn today, you never hear in books. Look, I just put on the chart. Look at the definition of love on the chart. Change love to leadership, you begin to lead. Change love to leadership and you begin to lead. For you to truly be a leader, a couple of things must first happen. Oh my goodness. Say, Alex, what? Okay, all right, you can't say you're muted, so I'll tell you anyway. Number 1, you must love yourself. Now, not in a vain manner. You must love yourself. You must learn to honor yourself. You say, love your neighbor as thyself. Many people try to love their neighbors, but they don't love themselves. If you love yourself, you will take time for yourself. Some of you, you don't even spend 1 hour a day on yourself. You are work. You get home, work. You're on Zoom. You blank the Zoom because you are working. Come on. I tell people, if you cannot book 1 hour a day and call it my hour of power, you are powerless. Am I talking to somebody? Henry, are they hearing me around? Like I said, let me say, just wave your hand if you can hear me. Let me just wave your hand. If you can hear me, wave your hand. Let me see those waving their hand. Wave your hand. Okay, good. I'm not talking to myself. All right. So I'm seeing some faces here, and I'm going to need thumbs up and thumbs down. Leadership is love. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see. Thumbs up. Okay. All right. So we're against love. But how many books, how many teacher, how many manager, how many professor have ever told you that? Up, down, 0, no, sideways. You see what I'm talking about right now? You see what I'm talking about right now? They tell you, if you're most managers here, I know some of you are managers here, you know, your employee come to your office, you say, how's the project going? Why is the project not going well? Save the budget, save the budget. You don't even ask how the person is doing. What a sad moment in history. I tell leaders, I coach many every time. I told you some of them I coach just now. When somebody's before you, it doesn't matter whether you have a position of authority or not. When somebody's before you, you owe it to them to be present. You owe it to them to be present. Then you owe it to them as well to ask how they're doing, look in their eyes, and expect a response. When you look in somebody's eyes, they hardly try to duck, right? So if they are not well, they say, I'm well, you sit in their eyes. When they psychologically, when they see you looking into their eyes, it fosters connection, not just communication, but connection. So the reason leadership is failing all around the world, like Henry said just in England, UK that brought colonialism to Africa, 5 prime ministers they've had in less than 10 years. They can't even get it right. America cannot get it right. Canada here, we can't get it right. They know. Canada are my Canadians. We can't get it right. It's wrong everywhere. Before, they used to paint Africa as the black sheep of leadership. Until Facebook and social media came. Now we can see everybody. You can't hide anymore. Leadership is failing. Now, here is one of the 5 misconceptions about leadership. Allow me to tell you this one. 5 misconceptions, because some of you maybe say, he's talking leadership, but I'm not a leader. Whoa. Hold on that thought. Hold on that thought. I'm going to actually share a screen right now so that you all can follow me on this. By the way, if you are out there and you've gone through our certification program, I want to know, Henry, please, they should ask them on the chat who's been through our certification program. And the others that haven't been, my question is, why not? So because we are going to start a new certification program next week, and we are looking for those who qualify to be part of it. We are starting a board of directors certification program. We are starting a transformational leadership certification program. So if you want to apply for that, just put it on the chat. I would love to register for the certification program. So here, I want to walk you through what I call the 5 misconceptions of leadership. This is very important, very, very important. What's a misconception? A misconception arises from incorrect assumptions, faulty reasoning, or inaccurate information. That's what a misconception is, right? It represents a belief that has been widely accepted due to popular opinion, but does not even reflect the true fact. In other words, here are the lies they have told you about leadership. I'm about to debunk it. In my book, The Mystique of Leadership, I said the reason I wrote this book was to debunk the myth and misconceptions about leadership. So misconception number 1 is to confuse leadership for position of authority. Leadership has nothing to do with positions of authority. In fact, the mere fact you were given a position of authority, it's a demand on your leadership capability. You don't become a leader because you were promoted. You become a leader because you've discovered your purpose in life. Write it down. You become a leader because you've discovered your purpose in life. In other words, if you have a position of authority and yet have not discovered your purpose, you are not a leader. You are the position of authority. If that position of authority is CEO, you are a CEO. You are not a leader. In fact, the result of leadership is called when you are long gone. When people die, sometimes things come out that show that they were fake, right? So you can't call somebody a leader and then things come out. So leadership is being. It's not what they said. It's not what they wrote. It's not even what they did. Oh my goodness. It is what they are. Listen to this. Leadership is not what they said. It's not what they did. It's not even what they wrote. It's what they are. You heard Jennifer from Dominica, right? I said, what did you learn? She said, listen, I learned all this, but that's not the most important thing I learned, right? This is leadership in action. I am bold. Put a gun to my head. I will ask you, do you want my blood on your hands? I'm serious. Like, those who know me know. Yeah, I don't fail. I've not failed in any encounter I've taken in over 20 years. People are like, that's a bold claim. Yeah, let me tell you why. Because I analyze what I'm taking on. If it's not in line with my purpose, I don't do it. People come here and say, Alex, Bitcoin is great. Go and invest. It's not in line with my purpose. I'm not doing it. Alex. They call me, Alex, you can speak. Come and do this for. No. I don't just speak. No, because I can speak. Don't tell me to come and speak where I don't like. I can't, like, if you don't have principles that lead you, you will lead your life astray, period. So leadership is all about purpose and less about the position of authority. The job title is meant to inspire you to move beyond personal desires and focus on the selfless responsibilities of leadership. That's what it means. Here's a misconception number 2. Misconception number 2 is to consider leadership for popularity. The fact you have 10 million followers on Facebook doesn't mean anything. In fact, you can buy them now. People come to me all the time, mostly from Sri Lanka and India. Oh, let's give you 1 million followers for $500. You can buy them. You can buy them, and you can buy I can buy 100 million followers. I have the money to buy it. So what? It doesn't mean anything. Popularity is 0. In fact, sometimes you are popular for being notorious. AK White House. AK White House, sorry, I have to say it. It's just true. You are popular for being notorious, right? So popularity contest doesn't apply when it comes to leadership. Leadership is all about principles and less about the popularity. The popularity that comes with a position of authority is an opportunity to facilitate the transformation everyone desires with unwavering commitment. My goodness, can somebody just type unwavering commitment? Unwavering. Your commitment is unabashed, unswervingly, undoubtedly, unquestionable. Can you feel my commitment right now? I will go into the Zoom if I can. Are you kidding? I will just go into the Zoom. When I was young, there used to be a show. I don't know if any of you watched it. It's called Tomorrow People. It just came to my mind. I don't know, Henry Luyombe, if you ever heard Tomorrow People. When they want to travel, they just go press something, they just vanish and then they just appear where they want to go. Now it was just a TV show. I don't know if they're going to invent something like that someday. If they do, I'll buy it because I want to vanish into the Zoom and be with you right now, right? Some of you. Leadership is all about principles and less about the popularity. The popularity, listen, unwavering commitment. Write it down. I'm sure that some of you, where's that, my friend, Kut, that said you're a HR manager, you wish all your employees have unwavering commitment. That'd be good. That'd be good. Number 3, leadership is about philanthropy and less about prosperity. Yes, listen, I love money. Money is good. It says the love of faith is the root of all evil. It depends on what you do with it. Give me more money now. I want to buy a new system. I'm looking, where's my strategy? It's right here. I have a strategy I wrote here, and I need almost $500,000 to execute this. So if you give me that money, I will execute it. I want to graduate 1 million leaders every year through technology, but I need to invest. So money is good, but what's my point though? My point is, if that's your focus, people who want, oh, Alex, I went to do my MBA. I say, oh, that's great. Why did you do your MBA? So I can get a promotion. I said, that's great. So why do you need the promotion? He said, I need to make more money. I said, that's it. Yeah, I heard MBA is $120,000 a year. Really? Are you kidding me? If it's not tied with your purpose, that MBA will backfire on your face. When I used to work in the bank, I had many people with MBA reporting to me, and I didn't have it. I didn't have Jack. They were all reporting to me. They tell me, yes, sir. Right? So it's not about, it's about being leadership. Leadership is all about philanthropy and less about prosperity. I didn't say it's not about, it's less about it. It is all about the innate desire to serve your talent to the world. Young people, especially, listen to me on this one. Young people, listen, when I was young like you, I heard there's an 18-year-old or 19-year-old on the car. When I was young like you, they wanted to beat my purpose out of me. They beat me. They say, you talk too much. Whoop. They don't beat you guys now, right? Because you caught child aid. Henry, what do they call child foundation, something like that, right? In my days, they whoop me on the head. They knock me, boom, boom, right? Teachers knock me, parents knock me, everybody knock me, police knock me, neighbor knock me. I'm surprised I still have a head, right? It doesn't have all this dent on it. They knocked my head. They didn't want me to talk. If I ask a question, excuse me, I have a question, say, shut up. I'm like, what? I say, I have a question, shut up. Go to the principal's office. They won't let me speak. I did not know that they were trying to beat my purpose out of me. Listen, your talent will make way for you, not your education. Get your education, because your education back your talent, you become a superstar. But what's going to make you a leader is for you to identify your purpose and put all your talent behind it. I'm telling you right now. So it's about the innate desire to serve your talents to the world, to give of all you are. I didn't see, to give of all you are, and then all you have. So what you are, all you are, what are you? If I say, what are you? And say, I'm a Canadian. Wrong answer. Ask me, say, what am I? Can somebody ask me? Just put it on the chat. Say, Alex, what are you? Alex, what? Henry, what am I? I'm a lion. Are you kidding me? Do I look human to you? Do I look human? Like, is this how human beings look? I'm a lion. I'm serious. You think I'm joking because I put humor? I'm a lion. Like, if you see me and a lion in the same cage, pray for the lion. I'm fine. Be concerned about the lion, not me. Are you kidding me? I don't back down. I don't fear. I don't falter. I don't fail. I don't retreat. I don't look for trouble. Bring trouble to me and I will give you mine. That's the truth. You can, when your confidence in your ability, in yourself, in your purpose is unquestionable. I'm telling you right now, the greatest, I don't know if it's a skill, I think it's a mindset. The greatest mindset you can have is confidence. It was Marcus Garvey who said, without confidence, you are twice defeated in the race of life. I'm telling you right now, your bank account It has a direct correlation with your confidence. There are speakers that are better than I am. Yes, there are. They speak better. They are more qualified. They even look cuter. They look cuter, right? I don't put all the time. I don't put makeup on, right? So maybe if I put makeup, I'll be cuter. But, they look cuter, I'm telling you. But they don't have my confidence. When there's a speaking engagement, they will send an invoice of $500. I will send an invoice of $45,000. They are more qualified. They are, in fact, they even have more reputation. They are known. Maybe even a professor in a university. I've seen them. Like, believe me, I will send you an invoice for $1 million and I will go to bed. I will even eat dessert. My best dessert is tiramisu. Because I am confident in my capability. Very important. But listen, leaders, they give more than they take. 100%. 100%. The 95% of my calls, and if you are one of those who fall in this 95, don't feel bad. 95% of people who call me is take. Alex, can you? Sometimes I thought my name was Can You? I said, but my name is not Can You. My name is Alex, don't Can You? Few people call me to say, Alex, how you doing? No, Alex, how you really doing? How are the kids? And they really want to. So I don't complain. That's fine. Just keep calling. If I have time, I take the call. If I don't, I don't. Right? But giving is not always about money. Giving encouragement. Who have you encouraged today? If you have people reporting to you at work and you leave work every day without encouraging somebody, just one person, just go to that person. Hello, David. How you doing? David's like, oh, I'm fine. David is thinking you want to give him work because what you do, many bosses, they go to employees just to give them work. They don't go there to encourage. So he's confused. He said, David, what do you do on the weekends? He's like, like he's not sure now where you're going with this question. So he says, I play soccer. You're like, I play soccer too. What's your best position? And you all just have a dialogue for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now you have connected with David. I'm telling you, what you've done for him that day, not an increase in salary can do. So when we talk philanthropy, it's not just about money. Give your time, give your talent, give your effort. Fourth misconception of leadership, the fourth one, this is a big one. Leadership, people think leadership is about the population. In fact, the example I just gave applies to this. You have 500 people report. Oh, I'm a director. I have 600 people reporting to me. Already that means they set you up for failure. Research indicates you should never have more than 8 people reporting to you for you to be able to give them the time they deserve. That's different research. So if you have more people reporting to you, or a pastor say, oh, my church is 10,000 members. How many of them do you really know? How many of them do you really know? It's true. You that play soccer, there's 12 people in your soccer. How many do you really know? Leadership is all about the people, and less about the population, less about the number. It is never about how many people follow you or report to you as much as it is about the depth of your care, of your concern, of your compassion for people in general. Can somebody just type, let's be compassionate on the chat? Let's just, if this is all you take today, you can go home right now. You've enjoyed it. Let's just be compassionate. We live in a world that compassion is now austere. Like compassion is rare. Everybody wants to ride over somebody to get to the top, without remembering that if you get to the top alone, you will die there alone. Many people have died at the top alone. Believe me, many people are at the very top. Many are lonely. I know some. I coach some. They are big shot, but they are lonely. And sometimes, so frankly, I find myself lonely as well. It's lonely at the top, they said. Like some of you just, who do I talk to? Maybe I call Henry Luyombia, right? And he would talk, right? You're like, you listen, let's just be compassionate, please. I'm begging everybody, if there is nothing you take from here today, let's be compassionate. Let's be compassionate. All right, let's be compassionate. So the fifth one, oh, there's a fifth one. Okay, the fifth one It's leadership is all about passion. Who's loving my passion? Sometimes I have to regulate my passion, like, like a stereo, right? Depending on the audience, right? Like sometimes I'm speaking to 5,000 people or 10,000 people. Sometimes I'm speaking to 20 people. So I have to regulate it. Sometimes the demography, I regulate it as well, depending on the demography, right? Believe it or not, people say we're all the same. We are not all the same. We're all human. We are not all the same. Don't fall into that trap. White people are different from black people, are different from Chinese people, are different from Indian people. We're all different. Even the black people, Jamaicans are different from Grenadians, are different from Dominica, are different from Nigerians. We all have our differences. When we talk social justice, we are saying let's celebrate our differences. Let's not put them aside. Don't be very proud of the difference that you are. If you are short, be proud. If you are tall, be proud. If you are black, be proud. If you are white, be proud. We're all different, right? So I use that to say when I'm speaking to groups, depending on the demography, and it could be young people. If it's young people, then they need a lot of fire. You just pour gasoline on them, light match, throw it in them, burn them up, right? And let them go crazy with leadership. If you're talking to older people, you tamper that. So passion is a very interesting thing. I have a course on passion. It's only $10. If you go to schoolofgreatness.ca, you will see a course on passion. It's $10. Henry Leombia, drop it on the chat. $10. Passion. How do you, people ask me, Alex, I wish I had your passion. Just pay me $10, go online and take the course, right? So leadership is all about passion and less about power. It is less about the authority you and more, the authority that you have, and more about empowering, inspiring, influencing others. It was John Maxwell who said, leadership in one word is influence. Leadership is not all about the power you have, but it's about you empowering others. You have to influence people to be more, to do more, to have more, and to give more. So we are going to have a quick chat, and then we'll go back again to the final section of the program, which is going to now be on tenacity and resilience. I wanted to just warm you up. All right. So have I practiced this? Have I practiced just even this one now? Am I inspiring you to be more, to do more, to have more, and to give more? Yes or no? Put it on the chat. I'm not seeing it. Just put it on the chat. I'm going to read the chat later on. I'm not seeing that. But I want to stop here so that we can have a dialogue. I really want everybody to leave with their leadership questions answered. If I can answer it now, I'll answer it later. All right. So here's a recap. You can take a picture of it. By the way, this is being streamed on on Facebook and YouTube and stuff. So the link that is streaming, you can go watch it later. Share the link with everybody you know on this planet. Tell them to go learn about leadership. So the 5 misconceptions of leadership is people confuse it for position instead of purpose. They confuse it for popularity instead of principles. They confuse it for prosperity instead of philanthropy. They confuse it for population instead of people. And they confuse it for power instead of passion. So here we're going to have maybe about a Q&A for 5-10 minutes, and we'll take it off from there. So I stopped sharing. Everybody was muted, and I wasn't seeing anybody per se. So if you want to speak, just raise up your hand with the technology. You know, there's something you just go click and it shows yellow. If you're black, you should choose the black one. If you are green, choose the green one. If you are gray, choose the gray one. Hey, Luyombe, come facilitate this for me. Come on, bro.
Yes, thanks very much for those wonderful misconceptions. Please type in the chat. Kadeen, what last quote did you like? Any questions or comments for me before I give the virtual stage was the compassionate part. Let's be compassionate. Leadership is about love, and absolutely you can't lead without love. Very, very powerful.
Yes, and we have a lot of people in the house. Allow me to step in there. Put on your cameras. More people put on your cameras. Let's see your beautiful faces and questions. Sylvia Paris Drummond, nice to have you. Absolutely. Wow. Paulette Spence as well. I'm just picking on some of the names I know by heart. And we have the great Dr. Patricia Green on the line from Jamaica. Honored to have you in class, and every other person. Let's maximize these 10 minutes. Go ahead. And also, where is Hank? I think Hank is here. Hank just signed up for the Board of Directors Certification Program. Hank, are you here? I thought I saw your name earlier on. Oh, we have Candice Bain. You all have to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead. No question?
I think Dove had something to say.
Dove.
Dove Valerie? Okay. West. I've unmuted.
Yeah. No, but now, Dove, you're on the screen. Speak. Are you not the leader? What have you been listening to? Are you kidding me? Come on, open your mouth, my friend, and speak something. Say something. You are muted, though. You are muted. Unmute yourself.
Yes, indeed. I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and to be able to drink, to associate, because one of the things that comes to mind, the scripture says, a person that walks with the wise, he shall become wise. Even if he did not intend to become wise, the fact that he walk among wise people, by assimilation, it's the magnetism. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be among this plethora of leaders and to be able to grow in leadership in that area. Thank you very much.
What you are saying, Dolph, is because I'm associating with you now, I am going to be wise.
I'm associating with you and the others, and I am becoming wise.
Yeah, where are you joining us from, by the way?
From Dominica.
Dominica?
I'm Jennifer's husband.
Oh, I never saw you. You were in the US, right? When I came to Dominica.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
okay. Well, nice to meet you. Oh, wow. You have an amazing wife, actually. She's a bullet. They should listen to her. There's a million women. God is preparing her to raise 1 million women, which means it's certainly not in Dominica. You are only 70,000 people, right?
Yep.
Yes, in one of our programs, we are going to bring her to speak to thousands of people so that they can be blessed by her. So thank you so much.
Amen.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Where are you in the US, by the way?
I'm back in Dominica now.
Oh, you're back. Okay. Welcome back. Yes.
Thank you.
Henry, pick them out. West and then Manoa LeBron.
Hold on.
Next.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, so thank you for letting me speak. Well, today you gave me, the challenge to bring 21 people to the call, and I have a lot of people over here who came here to support me, so I just want to take the time to mention them and just honor them. So anyone who came here to support, can you just drop in the comments and just West and just show that Alex, you guys came here to support. So
yeah, so if you came to support West, put West on the line. West, WEST, West. And you're all gonna, if you put West on the line, you're gonna get a free gift. We're gonna give you free access to a course. Henry, take note of them. Right? By the way, we're going to send the list to West to confirm that you came to support him. Right? So, West, you get their names and make sure they get that course on greatness that you were doing. You all right? Okay. So, question from somebody or comment. And Lifia Lionel, nice to see you there. Dr. Joyce Morley, nice to see you as well. Stanley Saint Hilaire, you're from Dominica as well? Stanley, that's you. Unmute yourself, Stanley.
Good evening, everyone. No, I'm not from Dominica. I'm from Haiti, but I currently living in Canada. Same city as West. I'm here to support him, to learn more about leadership, which is a skill that is lacking in our community. It's a skill also I want to develop and also to share with all the young men and women at my age that need that skill. I mean, it's how to share that skill with others and to learn more, to increase my knowledge about how to be a great leader and how to be a true leader.
And what have you got so far, though?
Can you repeat?
What have you got so far?
So far, I've got a lot. First of all, love is one of the key that I retain, and also knowing who you are first, right? You need to know who you are in order to help other people to discover who they are.
Yes, you need to. Thank you so much. Manoa, what have you learned so far? Unmute yourself.
Hi. Yes, I've just learned a lot more about like the misconceptions about leadership. It's like this is like one of my first leadership courses that I've ever taken. So I was able to learn a lot from that and just like seeing the different misconceptions from leadership and like how it all ties together. And then like Stanley had said, the key part of it is about love and being compassionate. So yeah, I was able to learn a lot from that.
Yes, yes. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Luyambia. Okay, Larry raised up his hand, right? So Larry, go ahead.
Larry, go ahead. You have the virtual stage. You can unmute.
Go ahead. You're unmuted now.
Yep. You muted again.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hello.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I had a question. Thank you for your time. I'm going into law school, and as I prepare to transition into my career full time, I would like to know how I heard what you said about compassion and being compassionate with those around me and being compassionate as a leader. And going still on that, I would like to know how would you suggest I work to build up the people around me through kindness and kind of help them achieve their full potential and be right up there with me as I'm succeeding.
So let me make sure I hear you well. Your question is, how can you help those around you to become leaders? Is that your question?
Yes, how can I elevate others as well, right?
Yeah, it's a very great question. In fact, it's a very important question, right? It's a very important question. Let me start by saying, some people, they shy away from leadership. You see my fingers in quotes, right? They shy away from it.
Yes.
I've met people like that. Now, I have also coached people who were shying away from leadership. Because I coached them, they don't shy away from leadership anymore, right? Right. So some people will say, Alex, I attended your program 3 times, and now I speak in meetings at work. I didn't used to speak in meetings, but now I speak at work. So if I look at all these, examples, hear me out, everybody. Hear me out, everybody. The first skill or mindset, it's not even a skill, it's a skill / mindset that you can help to make people a leader is to build their confidence. Build their confidence. You cannot be as effective more than your level of confidence. When I used to work in the bank, I worked in 3 of the biggest banks in Canada: Royal Bank, Bank of Montreal, BMO, Bank of CIBC. Like, even when I didn't have leadership position, when I walk into a department, I'm like, hey, excuse me, what's your name? Like, sometimes I walk into a floor where the people there, they are 2, 3 levels ahead of me. In fact, I'm not supposed to even enter that floor. That's the truth. But I stay at the door. When somebody comes in, I sneak in. Don't try that at home, okay? But I sneak in, right? And then before somebody say, hey, are you supposed to be on this floor? I'll be the one to say, hey, what's your name? You say, Henry Lumbia. What's your title here? You say, I'm in charge of that. So Henry is succumbing to me. Why? Larry, why?
Because of your confidence.
Because of my confidence. Because of my confidence, right? So there are 50,000 people in one of those banks. My boss, the president, I'm like 7 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means before you get to president, you will die. That's just what it means. Shirley, you know what I'm talking about. In corporate world, when there are some levels you have, you know that is in heaven, you become the CEO in heaven when you get there. Because for you to get to CEO, it's going to take like 30 years, 40 years. But they all knew me at that level. All of them knew at my level. Sometimes I'm in the elevator. One of the executives will walk in. Hey, Alex, this is how he calls my name, as if we are. And then he'll be introducing me to the other executive. and I would be with my own boss. They won't even say hello to her. She became jealous. That's why I left that bank. I went to another bank. She became jealous. Everybody, like, you know, and I spoke to one of her peers. He says, you know, everybody knows Alex. Alex. But if they didn't come to know me, I went to know them. I went to know them. If I'm passing by the office of a big shot, if he's there, I just say, hey, hi, Mark. You know their name is that. Hey, hi, Mark. And now Mark is looking at you like, am I supposed to know you? I say, it's Alex Ihama, MI's department. Now, he may not know Alex Ihama, but he knows what? MIS department. And they go, he's still looking at me like I say, I report to Larry. Larry's my boss. Oh, Larry. Oh, how are you? I'm fine. Oh, no, well, thank you so much for stopping by to say hello. Believe me, next time there's a position open, I'm telling you the truth. If I don't apply, they say, what, that young man, what's his name? Alex something. Why they can't pronounce my last name? Why didn't he apply? They'll come and rise me from my corner and say, EVP say you have to apply. My salary grew 1,000%. 1,000%. What they were giving me for bonus by the time I left the bank was bigger than my annual salary when I started. And I attribute everything to confidence. Because many people work hard, but they will never get promotion. Many people work hard, but they will never be recognized. You don't toot your horn. You be the horn. I don't need to toot my horn. I'm a horn myself. Don't let me go. Does that answer your question, Larry?
It answers my question.
Many people go to gym and they pump weights, two of us. I was speaking to a friend of mine today. Me, I don't go to gym. I pump my confidence weight every morning. I will call my boy. He's 8 years old. He'll be 9. By the way, Henry, Noah will be 9 on Thursday. You call him to say happy birthday. Let me call him right here. Noah, what are you saying? I'm a lion. He doesn't even say, I'm a lion. No, he says, I'm a lion. It thickens the voice. I've trained him to be a lion. I'm telling you, you know, I'll say this. I was driving one day, I saw a car, and it had a sticker, a bumper sticker, and the bumper sticker looked like he was sticking a finger out. And I was like, how can this guy put a bumper sticker and he's sticking the finger out? So I drove close. I read it, my life changed. This was over 20 years ago. The sticker said, you have to raise your hand to be counted. You have to raise your hand to be counted. So I have a course on confidence. Henry, drop it in. I have 2 courses on confidence. I have one that is $10, cheap. Everybody should have that. It's 45 minutes on confidence, $10. You can't go wrong. Then I have a certification one. This one, I think, is $300 US on the website, right? This, if you take that course, if your confidence don't improve 80%, may I give you your money back? That is 17 modules. Module 1, what is confidence? Module 2, why is it important? Module 3, why do people don't have it? Module 4, how do I get it? Module 5, how do I leverage it? Module 6, how do I use it to build my business? Module 7, are you kidding me? By the time you get to module 14, your feet will not touch the ground. You are literally walking on water like Jesus Christ. Mark my words, that's the truth. What made him walk there, he was confident. When Peter was walking on water, Peter took his eyes away from Jesus. And he panicked. When you panic, you will never be fed. You will sink. Me, I'm sure there may be 1 or 2, but I don't know of any situation that will cause me to panic. I worked on this. I wasn't built like this. I was one of the, they used to tell me, shut up. They used to beat me. I used to fail in school. People used to laugh at me. They are my friends on Facebook now. We did a school reunion the other day. They were begging me. They say, you are a celebrity. They wanted to use my face to promote it. And I reminded all of them, you all were laughing at me when I failed physics. You were laughing at me when I failed chemistry. Now you want my face? So, Larry, build your confidence. And if you really want to help people, especially your children, your siblings closer to you, and friends, build their confidence. How do you do that? Quickly, I can't do a course on that. Quickly, just encourage them. Find their talents and use it to encourage them. I was in Portugal 2 months ago. My sister, she lives in England. She's coming here next week or 2 weeks from now. The daughter is very smart. She has 2 daughters. They are both smart, but this one is very articulate, right? And I said to her, I said, Ivana, You're such an amazing person. You're at your age. What are you now? 16? You have such a leadership quality. He said, yeah, but people tell me I talk too much. That was what she said. Immediately I caught it. The Bible said, take every negative thought captive. That was a negative thought. I caught it. I said, Ivana, when somebody is giving you an encouragement, when somebody is giving you a compliment, don't take it away with a negative rebuttal. Don't do that. Tell me, Larry, tell me I look good. Tell me, say,
Good.
and I haven't even had my shower yet. You see what I'm saying? Don't go around being cocky. But if you tell me I look good, I will take it. If you give me $5 right now, I will take it. Some people, no, don't worry about it. Are you kidding me? I don't refuse money. I don't refuse gift. I don't refuse effort. I don't refuse contribution. You see what I'm saying? Confidence will add to your life more than education ever can. Take that, tweet it out. Let them come and find me on it. So you say you are going to law school.
Yes.
My father was one of the greatest lawyer in my country, Nigeria, like well known. Like he was a billionaire local status, made a lot of money, impact. He wrote law books. In fact, he's dead now. I have over 100 million naira worth of law books of him right now, as I'm telling you. When I took over his business, I found out that some of the lawyers they didn't have integrity. They were stealing from my dad because he had cancer and he was in the hospital. So they were stealing his money. Some of them were getting rude. I gave them a challenge. I said, let me pretend I'm a lawyer. Let's go to court. If any of you beat me, I give you the 100 million naira. I'm not a lawyer. If any of you beat me in a case in court, I give you 100 million. Are you kidding me? They did not take the offer. I said, let's even make shift. Let's just do it as a joke. Let's call that lawyers to sit down. When I will quote law to you, I will quote precedent. I will give you examples. I will quote section 5 of the criminal code. By the time I do that, you will drop your law degree and walk away with your tail between your legs. Confidence. Over to Shirley. Larry, you just got a masterclass on confidence. We'll send you an invoice for that. That will be $300 US.
That's tax.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Shelley and David and Jennifer. Charlene, David, and Jennifer.
Unmute yourself, Charlene. Okay.
Hi, yeah. Yes, one of the things that I took note of from what you mentioned earlier is when you were mentioning people versus population. That really struck a chord to me because you find a lot of times persons believe that the number of persons they supervise determines their status, etc. But like you rightfully mentioned, it's how much do you know your people? And that is so key because yes, you might know faces, but when you get to know the person on a personal level, you're able to identify with them and you get more out of them once you know your people. You know when they're having a bad day, you know when they're going through something personal, you know which area in order to build them up, etc. So that portion really stuck out to me, people versus population, and knowing your people is key. So I really love that. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that feedback. Send me, I think you got this email, but you have my email more than I have yours. I will, like I said, send me an email. I'll love us to connect at some point. Who's next, Henry? You muted, Henry.
I think I may have missed Frank, but David next, and then Frank and Jennifer, Manoa, and Stanley. David?
Yeah, you can now. You can. Yeah.
Awesome. Just first want to say thank you for this training. It was really amazing. I got actually invited by West. I lead a group of youth at my church, and West and Stanley are actually part of the team. One thing that really stuck out to me, well, two things actually, is really how you summarize that leadership is really about love. As that's something I've observed as well in the youth that I lead, that there are really two things that these are the same two things that I've seen that repeat in terms of need. So the first thing is like what you're saying is love. Actually, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Right.
And actually this leads perfectly into my question because the aspect of love is something that we can definitely go into, but I really wanted to ask in terms of when it comes to purpose, as that's something I've observed for not just the youth I lead, but just youth in general. I know you mentioned quickly that you help people find their talent and build their confidence. But as you that have trained, many successful CEOs and a lot of people, like what's the pattern that you've observed in helping people find their purpose, guiding them along that route? Just wanted to ask you if you could expand upon that.
Yes, I can and I will. For the young people, Wes, for your people, I'm loving the young people. I love young people. The reason I do is nobody cared about me when I was young. Nobody cared except my mother. May her soul rest in peace. Wes, muster your people, the people that are here. Take note of them, set up a WhatsApp group for them, put me on that WhatsApp group, and I want to mentor you guys for a month. And I want to give all you access to courses so you don't pay for it. Young people, the ones that are serious, the ones that are not serious, you take them out. I want to do that for these young people. I'm passionate about it. Now, with regards to purpose, David, and everybody, whether you are old or young, this applies to you. Something that pains me the most in this world, pains me the most, is for people to not know who they are. When I ask them, what's your name? Who are you? You say David. I didn't say, what's your name? Right? And the reason is because many of us had parents who were loving and kind, but did not understand what we are talking about right here. Right? My dad wanted me to be a lawyer because he was a lawyer. So he beat me to study law. He beat me. No, I'm not talking speaking, beat, right? I have to be a lawyer. Even before he died, I was already old. I was already global. And he's still saying, go study law in Harvard and I'll pay for it. He had a lot of money. He couldn't buy me to study law, right? He was willing to spend $100,000, $200,000 for me to be a lawyer. But I just didn't want to be a lawyer. It's not my calling. Parents are supposed to help children to identify their calling. When you say raise a child in the way he should go, not in the way you want him to go. So parental error is number one. The second one is peer pressure. I have kids. I think, like my son right now, he's got 2 scholarships. He's got 4 scholarships actually, to University of Toronto, to Queen's University. Some of you are in Canada, so you understand University of Toronto, Queen's University, to McMaster, and to Metropolitan University. Henry, are you listening? Luke got 4 scholarships, right? If your son got that 4 scholarship, which one would you advise him to go, Henry? Let me see if we are thinking alike here. University of Toronto, Metropolitan University, McMaster, and Queen's University. Anybody from Canada yet? Sorry?
It would be a hard choice because these are top universities.
It's Queen's. It's Queen's. If you just Google it, like Queen's has a higher reputation. People who are in Queen's is like our Harvard in Canada. That's the truth, right? But his friends are going to the University of Toronto. You see what I'm saying now? I'm not saying he's not choosing a wrong program. I'm just saying the influence that people have over each other. So that's where he wants to go, and I am going to support him 1,000,000,000%. But parental error, peer pressure, and then societal demand, right? So a lot of people, now they need nurses, they need social worker, and people are going to study social work because Canada needs a lot of social worker. Like, what if social work is not your natural talent? What if you were not born to be a social worker? I say this all the time. No matter how well dressed a fish is, if he's walking on land, he's going to die. True of us. Yeah, if you are a fish, stick to the water. So for me, knowing that speaking was my natural talent, strategy, I was very strategic in my approach. And believe me, my number one top skill is not even speaking, strategy. I've worked on over $1 billion US worth of strategy. I can create a strategy and all of us will be in the moon. It's true. I was running strategy, 200 million, 100 million strategy. I built it. So I'm good with strategy. I'm good with speaking. Yes, I will be a good lawyer because law is speaking and strategy, so to speak, but it's still not what I was born to do. I was born to inspire. I was born to empower. I was born to influence. I was born to add value, right? So my mom and my dad, they fought till death. The two of them are dead. And I'm not joking. Literally, my dad would say, it's your mom that told you not to be a lawyer. Daddy, I'm old enough. Like, come on, So those are the three reasons. Now, keeping that in mind, everybody here should ask yourself and say, what was I born to be? Oh my goodness. If you can figure out what you were born to be, if you can figure that one out, every other thing is nonsense. Nonsense. In fact, schools should be teaching people this. The first course you learn when you come to School of Greatness is purpose. The very first course. The very first course. And I can tell you, I've coached CEOs who are making lots of money and lots of impact. And they are crying in a coaching session, literally crying, because they have spent 40 years in the wrong lane. But it's never too late, I tell them. And I help them to navigate. I have a course called Transitioning from Your Profession to Your Purpose. Don't confuse what you do for a living with what you were created to do. What you do for a living is called your profession. What you were created to do is called your purpose. And when you can turn your purpose into your profession, that is the intersection of greatness. At that point, you become unstoppable. Am I talking to somebody? If you're following me, put yes on the chat. I'm talking to everybody, not just those on the screen. Yes. If you don't understand it, put no. I will say slowly. I will speak another language, French. I will tell Roberto to speak Spanish. You have to get it. I'm telling you that leadership is when your purpose is ignited. That's leadership. Because at that point, it doesn't matter whether you are schooled. The top 6 richest people in the world didn't go to school. Bill Gates, all of them, none of them finished school. It's the truth. People like me was not meant for conventional school. The teachers, I confuse them. I ask a question, they don't know what to do. Then they send me to the principal's office because that's the easiest thing to do. Folks, I read something today that broke my heart, shattered my heart. And I'm going to drop the link on this chat. An 11-year-old boy killed himself in the US because a teacher ridiculed him to the point that all his friends were now laughing at him, and he took his life. Let's just pause. One moment of silence for that little boy and for everybody that conventional school have forced unto death, including my younger brother. My younger brother, a professor told him, you will not graduate from this school. I'm going to frustrate you. And the professor spoke to every other professor, and they started to torment my brother. My brother went home, told my dad, and my dad took the side of the professor. And my younger brother bought a drug called Valium 5. He drank it, and he died. I tried to kill myself too, just by the way, if I forget to add that. We were terribly abused. So let's just take a moment of silence for that young boy, 11-year-old, and for everybody that the school, conventional school, have forced onto death, including the indigenous kids in Canada who were raped and violated at 5, 6 years old by people from the from the church community. Moment of silence. Thank you, everybody. It breaks my heart to see people. I wish this conventional schools, they asked me once to come to do a TED Talk, and they asked me to do a TED Talk based on the future of education. And they asked to see my notes. I don't normally speak with notes. I speak with my mind and my heart. So I sent them my note, and they said they don't, except I changed some things in it, they were not going to allow me to speak. In my mind, I didn't tell them this. In my mind, I said, go to hell. Go to hell. That's what I said in my mind. I'm just being transparent. I didn't say it to them. If you want to see my notes, I'll send it to you. Then what I did was I now recorded myself with my speech. I didn't put it on YouTube yet. I should put it. And my own was, until you start teaching children how to maximize their natural capabilities rather than forcing, subjects that my son is 8. You know what he asked me? Look, say, Daddy, Noah, he said, Daddy, he says, how come I have a teacher for French? I have a teacher for English. I have a teacher for gym. I have a teacher. I say, Noah, where are you going with this? Just go straight to the question. Noah now said, I have 6 teachers. He said, but during exam, they expect me to answer questions for 6 teachers. Why don't they have one teacher that can teach everything? That's what my little boy asked. Why don't you have a teacher who can teach all? So you don't have a teacher who can teach all, but you want a student to answer all. Does that even make sense? By the way, some of you don't know this, the origin of education. I did the research on it. It's not fun. Education was meant to teach you the things that the society needed for to develop the society. So that's what if they need an electrician, they'll start pushing people to study electrician. That's what they do, right? So if you don't know where you're going, somebody's going to misdirect you. I still have tenacity and resilience to do. Let me take Henry. Let's take one more. There's a doctor who wants to share what. Who was next? Henry?
It was Frank, Jennifer, Manoa, and Dr. Joyce.
Yes. Jennifer, allow me to bypass you on this one. All right. We'll bring you towards the end. All right. Just 1 second. Who else? What did you say?
Frank, Manoa,
Frank.
and
Who's Frank? Okay, Frank. Okay, Frank, quickly keep it short. Then Manoa, and then we'll go to doctor, and then I'll round up with resilience and tenacity.
Of course.
Frank.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. I wanted to start off by saying a big thank you to you, sir, to Henry, to West, who invited me as well to this very valuable, insightful workshop on leadership that I truly did appreciate. I just wanted to say as well that everything you mentioned really it spoke directly to me, especially what you mentioned about talking to people directly at RBC and how that kind of helped you rank up and build and climb up the career ladder. Even for me myself, in terms of what I could say as well. I'm currently finishing university. I'm graduating in June, and I could testify as well that throughout my university course, I've had 3 internships, and I've applied for none of them. Every single internship was given to me thanks to me talking to people at an entrepreneurship hub, at a different career center, and just creating connections with people. So I truly do appreciate the advice you're giving, and I am a true testimony that applying it does help a lot. Now, quickly, just for my question is, my name is Frank Malik. I'm a founder of a nonprofit called Kids Connect Africa that I've been operating for the past 7 years. We currently have around 28 members in Canada, France, and the Ivory Coast. And in terms of leadership, I truly do my best to motivate and share the vision with everyone around me. But as you can imagine, as you've coached and trained a bit different executives, I was curious to know, what is one of the best leadership traits that is necessary and required in terms of scaling an organization and making sure that the vision is maintained through every single level of the company or the organization?
Mr. Frank, I love you, man. I love smart young people.
Thank you,
So
sir.
you were invited by Wes, is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Wes is going to create a WhatsApp group and drop you. If I tackle that question, the evening is done. Literally, the evening is done. So I'm going to test you. And if you pass the test, I will give you a $500 course. It's on my website right now. It's called iThrive. You can go look at it. iThrive. Henry, you can drop it there. iThrive, I have companies that have taken iThrive and they've made over 100. In fact, one company made $400 million in 7 months by putting all our employees, 198 employees, through iThrive. iThrive is 7 organic laws of exponential growth. I tell people all the time, if you take it and practice 2-3 of the laws and you don't make 20, 30, 40% return, come, I will not only give you back your 500 US, I will add 500 US on top. It's public information. iThrive. So I will give it to you, but I will test you first. I want to, this organization, I want to know everything. All right. So let's just put you on hold. All right.
100%.
Pursue me, my friend. Right? Because I'm not going to remember what I just said.
No problem. I'll be like a pest.
All right. Okay. Manoa. What's your question? And then we'll go to Dr. Joyce.
Yes. My question was really about like, because you had mentioned, well, you had talked about influencing as a leader, and my question was more so, how would you influence without manipulation?
Wow. Dr. Joyce is noise like this. Who are these kids? Like they should be in a special school. Yes, influence and manipulation, a lot of people confuse them, right? No, the difference, fundamental difference is number one, the intent. The intent. Manipulation is to get you to do what I want you to do, and I don't care what you want to do. Influence is me getting you to do what you need to do, but you are either scared or not sure, and I'm just encouraging you to do it. In other words, manipulation is to favor me, and influence is to favor you. So when you are leading and you are trying to say, oh, I need you to do this, if your mind is because you want to get pay raise, so you want to use Manora to do it, then that's manipulation. But if you are doing that, so Manoa can get promotion or be recognized, that's influence. Influence is positive. Manipulation, my friend, is not only negative, it's wickedness, it's evil. A lot of people choose manipulation because it's easier. You just lie. You just lie. That's what manipulation is. So that's the difference. Intention is what divides them. Is that clear? That's a short answer, but is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's just that sometimes I know that some people mistake the two between manipulation and influence, and then they are in fact manipulating people, but they think that they're influencing people.
Yeah,
And
they're not.
but it's two different things.
Influence is inspiring. Those people who think they are good with manipulation, they are idiots. Let me tell you why they are idiots. Because the person you are manipulating will go home and be thinking, like the person is confused. Don't think you're getting away free. I often say this. If people go to bed wishing you mad, they're wishing you bad. If people go to bed thinking bad of you, your life will be shortened. Don't many of you are going to go to bed today. You're going to, I thank God for Alex. I'm going to have a good night's sleep. That's the truth. So when you are inspiring and influencing, I'm sowing and I'm going to reap what I sow. Maybe not from you, but from somebody else. That's the truth. But manipulation tends to want to get what they sow. In fact, tends to want to get where they have not even sowed. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And you will know. If you're wise enough, you know when you are being, I've been manipulated for many years and I didn't know. It took me, I didn't believe I was being manipulated. So sometimes manipulation is so strong, you don't even know you are under manipulation, right? But the moment you realize it, that person has no chance anymore, right? And that's just what it is. So thanks for that. So you are from West as well?
Yes, I got invited by West, yes.
Crazy guy was. Henry, make sure Jennifer is the one who will give us a vote of thanks so she can say her thoughts and share her question. All right. Henry, you heard me? Yes.
Yes, I did.
I don't want to forget Jennifer, so I'm going to take her from the screen, but make sure you bring her up on. Was Stanley going to say something? Or you already said something?
Stanley, did you want something before Dr. Joyce?
No, I said it's good.
Okay, good.
All right.
Dr. Morley?
Over to you.
Alex, I'm quite impressed. I'm Dr. Joyce Morley, and I was able to link with you through LinkedIn. I am a board certified leadership coach, executive coach outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I am an educator. And I am a licensed psychotherapist. I love the teaching. I love the fact that you get to the basics of it, but you bring it up to a level of understanding that you're no holds barred. I love the fact that you talked about this so-called leader of the United States who's never been a leader, would never be a leader, 34 count indicted felon that we have here in the United States. But the comparisons, and when you're talking about love, you have to love people in order to be a leader. Difference between leadership and managing and all those things like that. So I want to say to you that I'm very impressed. I've never had an opportunity to I always read your emails. I get them, but I have not had an opportunity to be a part of any of your teachings. And I said today, no matter what was happening, I was out and I started on my phone in the car. And when I got home, I pulled you up. So I just want to say to you that you're right on target. I'm very impressed with your teachings or the things that you have to say. I've been doing this for a long time. And when you're talking about leadership, there's a difference. And some people believe that they can be taught to be leaders, but I believe that there's an innate part of us that's important. And I also love the fact of talking about love. You have to love people and love what you're doing in order to be able to be an effective leader. So I just say, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. And one of those workshops that you're doing in person, I'm going to get there at some point, but I just want to share with you that I'm highly impressed. I was just listening to you as I'm going along the way and saying, this is what we need. You're not trying to build people up and to be able to create things that are not real, but it's real understanding that all the things that we do, and you're putting it into the teachings that have been here forever and a day. And it's not just going by hyperbole and trying to make people believe that leadership is this trumped up thing, but leadership most certainly is not having a monarchy, is most certainly not trying to be what we have over here in the United States and what he tried to instill in Canada. So I commend you all, commend you what you do, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll get to one of those in person at some point. Thank you so much.
The honor is all mine. Thank you so much, Dr. Joyce Morley, for coming on. Thank you. And hopefully someday two of us should share that stage together. It'd be my great honor. Thank you so much. All right. So let me quickly move now to resilience and tenacity. This is, by the way, I think I said this in the beginning. In the month of May, we are starting some classes. I think with the youth folks, we have to do a youth one. So Wes, you create the WhatsApp group for the youth folks. But we are starting a board of directors certification program. And I know that there are some people who already signed up or are here. Please, if you are one of those, just put board of directors. If you want to go through our board of directors certification program, please put that on the chat right now. Henry Luyombia is watching and he'll take your name and we'll send you more information. Board of directors certification program is starting on May 6th, I believe. Every Tuesday in May, which is May 6th. May 6, 13, 20, and 27. So 4 Tuesdays, and you will have access to online content, and you'll get some coaching for the next 3 months. So I think some people are already there. Please, that signed up. I think Hank, if you're still there, Board of Directors Certification Program. Henry put there Board of Directors Certification Program. Then we are starting Transformational Leadership Certification Program. Transformational Leadership. And that's going to be every Thursday, right? Every Thursday in May, which will be Thursday, May 8, 15, 22, and 29. We've certified over 300 people so far on the Transformational Leadership. 300. I think some of them are online. I think Candace Bain is one of them. And some of you are on the line. So the Transformational Leadership Certification Program is starting on Thursday. The Board of Directors starting on Tuesday. Please put on this chart. If you want to be part of the leadership certification program for May, please put that. Henry, take note of them, and we will send you more information on that. But you know, the two skill sets that I thought has been forgotten completely about people who teach leadership and who do leadership. In fact, they don't even know, sometimes some of them don't even think this concerns leadership, is resilience and tenacity. Very important. Resilience is the capacity to recover from setback, to recover from stress, and to recover from adversity. In fact, resilience is all about bouncing back. That's what resilience. So why is this very important? Here's why it's very important. It's very important because as you are a leader, you are going to be taking punches. Welcome to leadership. As a leader, I say, you know, on your way to the top, if you do not encounter opposition, on your journey for transformational leadership, if you do not encounter opposition, obstruction, oppression, or objection, you are heading the wrong direction. Leadership, by definition, attracts naysayers. Leadership, by definition, attracts impostures. Leadership, by definition, it attracts jealousy and envy. when you are slam dunking the game of leadership, people are going to want to embarrass you. They're going to want to disappoint you. And even just a human being, forget about doing leadership. If you are here today and you've never been disappointed by anybody, I may as well call you God. That's the truth. Maybe you don't know you have. People are going to disappoint you. And as a leader, you don't have the luxury of remaining down. It was Les Brown who said, when life knocks you down, you fall on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. I love Les Brown. That's how he said, when life knocks you down, fall on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Resilience, I just put it on the chat there. It is all about bouncing back. The young man who said he started an organization, I didn't want to just unpack your question. I said your question will just take the rest of the day. Your friends are going to laugh at you. What do you think you're doing? You want to save the world. Are you Jesus Christ? They will laugh at you. We just talked about a kid, 11-year-old who they laughed at, and he went to kill himself. My brother too killed himself. He was, how old was he? 16, I think, or 17, right? So people are going to laugh at you. People are going to disappoint you. People are going to talk behind your back. A leader, let me just use a quotation from Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill said, if you pay attention to every dog that barks at you on the way to the top, you will never get there. You will never get there. Leaders, they take note. They take note. But if that note is not in line with their vision, they pay no attention to it. They pay no attention to it. So resilience, especially for such a time as this, look at the market. Look, Donald Trump was after Jeff Bezos today. Jeff Bezos said he wants to put on his Amazon, when you order good, he's going to calculate it and put how much the tariff has affected the price. So if tariff affected it by $2, you will see, he said he wants everybody to know the stupidness of what this guy is doing. And Donald Trump is attacking the man on the TV. You know, that guy is crazy. So leadership, it literally, see, let me tell you this. In my leadership 101 class, I say when you attain a position of authority, or you decide to fulfill your purpose and therefore become a leader, you give up many rights. The first right you give up as a leader is the right to complain. You cannot, I have people, Alex, you know, my team, I don't know what's wrong with them. They're all crazy. I just, like, I'm shocked. And when they finish talking, they expect me to join them. I say, let me be clear. You are the boss. You say yes. They are your people. You say yes. And you are coming to me in a coaching session to insult your people? I said, please. This one I say, baby, please. Can somebody say, baby, please? This one I say, baby, please. Like, hello? Baby, please. You don't come here to insult. As a leader, you give up the right to complain. Every complaint becomes an opportunity. And if you cannot turn it to an opportunity, please demote yourself in the mind about leadership and come to class. I will coach you. Leaders don't blame, they don't complain, and they don't make excuses. Write those three down. And I find that if you give up these three, your lifespan will increase. I'm not joking. I'm a Christian. I pray, I fast, I love Jesus. But how long you live, in most cases, is in your hands. That's the truth. I go to funerals and say, oh, you know, it is God's wish. How can it be God's wish when the guy walked on the road when he was drunk? How can it be God's wish for him to die at that age? No, it's not every death that is God's wish. Some deaths are stupidity. Let's put the blame where it is. You are a drunk driver and say it's God's wish that you die. I go to funeral and say it's God's wish. Well, no, let's not make up story. He was a drunk driver. He was drunk. He drove into the wall. He died. I'm not saying we shouldn't have mercy. I'm just saying let's not blame God for our idiocracy, if you will. So, but as a leader, you can't, no. If you want to blame, just say, because remember, if your team does something wrong, it's your fault. If your team does something good, it's their glory. You receive nothing. Welcome to leadership. Everybody clap your hands. Say, welcome to leadership. Are you kidding me? Alex, my team don't recognize me. I say, who is the leader? I say, you. Recognize you for what? Recognize you. You are supposed to be recognizing them. Recognize my team don't recognize me. For what? For what? For what? It's like me saying my children don't recognize me as their father. Excuse me? I bought them shoe. Oh, I want them to worship me because I bought them a game, a PlayStation, whatever. That's a thing. I teach them gratitude. That's it. So those three things you don't. So resilience, I'm telling you right now, without it, your leadership will quickly become ineffective. Quickly, if you don't have the capacity to bounce back. What if you are running a business and stock market drop? Are you going to go home crying to your mom? Are you kidding me? Like, immediately they drag you on the news. Yes, Alex Ihama, this is CNN. So tell us, what happened to your stock? You're going to say Donald Trump put tariff. No, my mother went to Jamaica. My wife left me. Are you kidding me? No excuse. You are in charge and you are meant to think ahead of what happened. That's leadership. That's leadership. So resilience, especially in such a time as this, the war in Ukraine is still there, Gaza is still there. The wars are no longer ending. There was now, we heard that, what's his name, the Russian guy, what's his name, I don't recall, Putin or something. Like, he has drafted North Koreans, mercenaries. Russia has brought in North Korean mercenaries to kill Ukraine. And then Trump is embarrassing the man on TV, asking him to say thank you. Listen, the world currently needs you. You that is here today, the world needs you. I'm telling you, don't go live here and go and watch a movie. Go live here and go and think about your life. And think about the contribution you are going to make for such a time as this. History will judge anybody harshly that did not speak up when people were being oppressed. History will judge you harshly if you don't stand up so others can sit down. When I used to go on the GO train downtown, I go on the GO train, there's a pregnant woman holding something and dancing on the train. Everybody's sitting down, reading newspaper. I'm like, hello? I'm standing, so it's not like I have a chair to give her. I do speak up. I say, will somebody be kind enough to offer this fine lady a chair to sit? And she's like, no, that's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. Then one person will quickly stand up. Did I have to say that? Some of you say, do I speak up? Is it my right? You speak up. If I was where they were killing George Floyd, are you kidding me? I will tell you, get your knee off his neck. I will say, get your knee off his neck. Get everybody will join me. Some were recording it and they had the audacity to go to Oprah and Oprah was thanking them for recording it. Are you kidding me? You are recording. If that was your father or your brother or your sister, they put the knee, would you be recording it or you'll be telling the policeman to get his knee off the neck? We can no longer be silent about the things that matter, Martin Luther King said. We can no longer be silent about the things that matter. We don't need to have a position of authority. If you are working in a place where they are oppressive to women, you speak up. You speak up. It may cost your job. Believe me, you don't even need to believe in God for him to reward you. There are many people who don't believe in God. God rewards them every day. Are you kidding me? Don't get me into that circle. Right? So, but I think you get that message. I don't want to go into social justice because I'm a social justice guru. I tear this into pieces. But listen to me. The second aspect I want you all to get, everybody needs this, is tenacity. People confuse resilience for tenacity. They're not. They're not. Resilience, as I just said, resilience is when you recover for the setback. Tenacity is what gets you going. Tenacity gets you going. People, I don't like him, Elon Musk, so I won't even use him. That's another, I don't know, another idiot. But let's use somebody, maybe Bill Gates. I don't like any of them, just to be clear, but let's use them for example. Bill Gates. Go and read this book, how he created Microsoft. You think it was just easy for him? You think, dude, there's this book, Harry Potter, they say the woman went to 200 publishers or something that refused them. If you are expecting the journey to be straight and well paved with gold, please stay at home, make yourself a cup of tea and some biscuit and begin to eat biscuit and drink tea. Leadership is going to demand your very soul. Martin Luther King said, I don't care if I die today. You think the guy, leadership demands your very soul. Position of authority demands your educational degree. Leadership demands your soul. If you are not willing to step up, stand up, speak up, please sit down and let somebody else take the place. I don't entertain leaders that complain, that blame, that make excuses. I'm a leader. Listen, I'm a leader. Let me start rounding up, and I'll still hang around for questions and stuff. But let me give my own last speech. In Canada, on your license, when you are taking your license, they say you should write whether if you die by accident, they can take your heart, your kidney, your liver, so they can give to other people. I've had this conversation with people. They say, no, I said, but you're dead. You're dead. They need your heart to make somebody else survive. You say, no, I don't care. I want to die with my heart. I said, okay. Here's how I want to die. May God bless me with long life. Can somebody say amen? I'm going to live. I'm going to see my children graduate. I'm going to see them marry. I'm going to see them buy their house, start their business. I'm going to coach them, coach their wife and husband, make sure they're all doing well. Amen. Okay, let's get that out. But when my time comes, they open my body. They want my heart. Heart used up. Kidney used up. Lungs used up. Blood used up. I am on my path to expend all that I am and all that I have for the sake of humanity and to fulfill my purpose and to leave a legacy that will impact generation. You cannot wipe my footprint off the sand of time. Hurricane can come and squander everything. I want to ensure my name is carved on the edges of this planet, if not the universe. That should be everybody's goal. And somebody tell me, but Alex, not everybody wants to just, live a life of purpose. Then that's fine. I hope you enjoyed your time here. If you don't want to live a life of purpose, I'm not here to force anybody to live a life of purpose. I'm here to tell you that until you discover your purpose, your true leadership spirit can be ignited. So my definition of a leadership is a spirit. And I wrote this on my book. You can take a picture of it, The Mystic of Leadership. Henry, you can put it there. Leadership is a spirit that can only be ignited by purpose, sustained by passion, and guided by principles. We started on time, and we are ending here on time. Now, for those who still want to chat with me, I'll stay here and we can have chat. I'm going to bring in Jennifer and one or two people to say a few words before you all run away. But if you've enjoyed this, the least you can do is leave your feedback on the chat or send your feedback in. Let us know what you enjoyed about it. If there are questions we didn't get to, I'm committed to answering that. If you still want to be part of the certification programs, just put certification program on the chat and Henry Luyombia will make a note and make sure you get more information about it. With that said, I'm going to bring in Henry Luyombia again. Thank you, Henry. And where's Jennifer? Where's Jennifer? Is she still there, Henry? Yes, I'll bring her in. And then maybe we can take one question from one person, not Jennifer and Co. Anybody that want to say something. Anybody just raise up your hand if you want to say something there. Anybody? Before we'll give the vote of thanks. Like I said, I'll still be here to round up with anybody who wants to talk. Okay. All right. Okay, Hank, I didn't hear from you. Hank, I'm not sure the people who already signed up, please, I want to hear from you. I know you've contacted me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Sorry, who's that? Who said something? Okay, so over to you, Jennifer. You had a question. If it's a question, I'll be delighted to attempt in responding to it. If it's a comment, certainly it's welcome. And any other person that want to share comment, we can take some comments before we pass, and then we can round up. Over to you, Jennifer.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. I would like to say, well, everything as usual, whatever comes out of your mouth is very impactful. But what stayed with me was inserting the word leadership in 1 Corinthians 13, replacing rather the word love with leadership. When I heard you saying the various things, it's like each thing you said, it just knocked me, it hit me, and I received a revelation from that. Of course, we know that we ought to love people, yes, but just inserting the word leadership in that scripture, it revolutionized my thinking about leadership. And I want to say thank you very much for that. That was very impactful. Leadership is love, yes, but when you insert it into the scripture, it actually gives a different dimension. So I want to say thank you for that. And everything else you've said as well. As usual, I took all notes. I have several pages of notes. And, I'm going to go ahead and reread, internalize them, and continue to grow in my leadership capacity. Thank you very much for the opportunity tonight. And I appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think you and your husband, is that your husband who said he wants to be part of the certification program? Then we're going to have fun, right? Just imagine a class like this for 4 days in May, and then we are in a WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group you created for Dominica as a country, many of them, I don't think they're ready for what we are eating here today. So you have to figure out how to take those who are serious from that group to join this class. So Jennifer, try to build up those who are serious, who want to join the certification program, so that we can kick it off from there. Absolutely.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes. Wes, where are you, Wes? Where's Wes? Wes, where's he?
Wes
Okay,
is-
you're there. So Wes, why don't you share now what you like, how we got to connect, and why you're here today and what we're doing today. You have an interesting story. Go ahead.
All right.
How did you find me, by the way? You found me.
All right, so the way I got connected to Alex was really through one of his videos. So I watched one of his videos, and he was talking about the late Dr. Miles Monroe. And after I heard he was in Canada, I was like, Canada, you know what I'm saying? So I was very intrigued by that. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like I have to, take advantage of the opportunity. So I ended up reaching out to Alex. I think I sent probably like 3, 4 emails. Alex can tell you that, man. Like me, I was bothering this guy. So I sent probably like 3, 4 emails. Then after, I think his assistant finally got back to me, told me, okay, you know what? Yo, here's his number. Go reach out to Alex. I texted Alex, same thing again. 4 or 5 messages, Alex can tell you. And Alex is, I'm spamming Alex. I'm saying, Alex, I'd love to meet you. I'd love to talk to you, this and that. And then after that, I kind of just went like, oh, you know what? No answer. Then randomly, Alex calls me on the day, and he's like, oh, young man, how can I talk to you? And I tell you that, yo, Alex put me through it, man. He cut right through me. He's like, young man. He's like, how many of my course did you watch? How many of my videos did you watch? How many comments did you put on my video? And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm like, I probably maybe watched 2, 3 videos yet. And then after Alex is like, put me through the test. He said, so I signed up all his course, bought all his books, and then after ended up going, I wanted to meet him. I wanted to meet Alex though. So I ended up I went all the way to Toronto to meet him because he had a movie premiere that was happening down there. And I ended up going to the wrong theater. So I went all the way to Toronto and I ended up going to the wrong theater to meet Alex. He wasn't there. So went back home. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's over. I'm not gonna get a chance to meet Alex. Then I saw that he's going into Ottawa. By the way, we're not in communication, right? So I'm doing all this by pure faith, all social media, this and that. I end up going to Ottawa. That's when I finally got connected to Alex and everything like that. He welcomed me, hospitality. He was great. He immediately put me to work though. I'm not gonna lie. He put me to work. Once the movie was done, he had me already passing people the mic around, already just like he was already mentoring me from the very like moment that I met him. Like and yeah, from there as well, he welcomed me, invited me to the restaurant. I got connected to him, saw his lovely lady as well. And then they just welcomed me, they embraced me. And from there, me and Alex were just connected. And that's where from there I was just hooked, just by everything that he was doing. I was so inspired by just the way he moves and the way he carries. Y'all think that everything that he's doing right now is impressive? You guys just spend like probably 25 minutes with him in person, just watching him and studying him. You guys will be 10 times shocked. You'll be 10 times amazed. And I'm telling you, like, it's that this is just a sample of who he is. Like, it's not even like I'll probably tell you it's 10% of who he is. So really, if you guys ever get the chance to meet him, you'll know for himself. So that's how I got connected. That's my story. So yeah, thank you, Alex, for just having me and just really taking me and mentoring me as well. So I'm really thankful. And I'm thankful for all the people who came as well, right? Like this was a growing moment for me when Alex, put that comment. I'm like 21 people. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and I'm telling you, and I was really on the phone like this. I'm like, 21 people. How am I gonna contact the 21 people? I kid you not, Alex. I probably hit up like 50 people on my contact, and I'm like, come to the webinar, come to the webinar. And like I think probably like half of them came. I think I counted like probably 30, over 30 people came. So that's even more than the 21 that Alex challenged me. So I'm very grateful for that. That was a growing moment for me as well as a leader. So shout out to Alex. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone who also came. So that's a
Thank
little
you,
bit.
young man. Wes, I get people often. Your story, what I did to you. This is what Miles Moreau did to me. I watched him on YouTube and I was so impressed. And I bought a package. It cost me $4,700. I've never been to Bahamas. I didn't even know you could price the ticket, you could get a cheap one. The first one I saw, I paid because I didn't want to rationalize my way out, give myself excuses. And I went to Bahamas, right? And I stayed in a hotel and I did not put my feet in the water. I did not. I said, what if a shark bite me? Then I won't see him. Right? So I did not. I stayed in my hotel until Sunday, and I got in a taxi, and I told taxi, drive me there. I was the first to arrive in this church. The first. Church was not open. I told taxi, keep running. I will even buy a taxi if you want. Just stay there. Don't tell me anything. Then when they came to open the gate, I asked the man, I said, is Dr. Miles Moreau here today? He said, yes. I said, no, look in my eyes and tell me that yes again. I told the man, elderly man. He now looked in my eyes. He looked up, looked in my eyes. He had to think because that yes was impassive. And I said, yeah, and he asked Papa Miles yesterday. I said, okay, good. And it took me to go sit at the back where Miles Moreau was going to sit. When Miles Moreau came out before church started, he looked back. He must have been shocked. Who is this strange man behind me? He had no idea I was on a mission. Just the way you say you came to look for me in Toronto, you didn't see me. I went to Bahamas. I'm serious. When I got there, when church finished, they were saying the last prayer. As they all saying, Jesus' name, amen. I was already, excuse me. I timed it when they said amen, I was right in his front. When he opened the eye, it was short. He said, who are you? I said, I'm Alex Ihama from Canada, and I've come to ask you to be my mentor. I didn't beat around the bush. Others were saying, I want to take picture. They all took picture. Me, I got mentorship. Right? That day, he took me to his house. We had lunch. I met his father, met his kids, met his wife. He gave me his cell number in Bahamas and in Atlanta. He became my mentor. And, there are a lot of things that happened, a lot of things he told me. Some I wrote in this book, some I just kept to my head, some I've shared. But his mentorship got me to where I am. So I really give him kudos. Many things he told me. One of the things he told me, he says, you may be a superstar in Canada, but you are not a superstar until you're a superstar all around. Right? He says, so go global. That's exactly what I was saying. He didn't use that word, but that's what I was saying. And from that point, I really went global. I went global, right? I went global, and many other things he told me. So, Mia, you have proved that you deserve the mentorship. People don't know that it's a privilege. They think it's a right. Because you are young, you think somebody needs to mentor you. No, nobody needs to mentor you. So, Wes, you have chosen well, and I'm honored to consider yourself as your mentor. You will help us to build the youth wing of the School of Greatness. That's what you're going to do. And it's going to start with these young people, right? So we'll give them scholarship to go through, but at some point we'll put some things in place to really ensure that those who go through are those who should go through. Some people are not ready for greatness. Greatness is not a right. It's a privilege. The fact that God deposited gold inside you doesn't mean that you are valuable. It doesn't mean you are valuable. There are many countries that have natural resources, but they are broke. True or false? Hello? Yes, they are broke. They have gold and diamonds.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Right? So that's just what it is. God deposited in everybody, but some people are going to die broke, die without influence, die without purpose. Miles Moreau said it. Miles Moreau said the richest fields on the planet is not the oil wells, it's not the diamond mines. He said it's the graveyard, because in the graveyard are people that died without books that should have been written, best-selling books that should have been written. Many of the things good. The cure for cancer, who knows the person God gave it to died because he or she was scared to tell people, I know the formula to cure cancer. And the person died. And so we now have to wait 40 more generations for God to give it to somebody else. So my friends, we were all created with what I call inestimable amount of, jewels and gems in us. And I pray that today, some of you have been ignited to be the leader that you've been called to be, and not just by position of authority, but by fulfilling your purpose, by getting mentorship. Like I said, we even have free course on the line, schoolofgreatness.ca. There's a free course there, right? If you have, and there are courses for $10 there. Drop that link again on the group there, Henry Luyombia. There are courses for $10. There are courses that are free. Take a course. You build your confidence. The course on confidence is $10. There's one for $300. Anyway, that's my take. I have explained myself. Now I will go take off my suit, shower my little man. He needs to shower. Then I will shower myself. We'll sit down and enjoy dessert together. Watch 1.5 an hour show with him or read him a story, put him to bed, and then I will find myself in bed. This is it. I'm living my purpose, and I pray that you're all living your purpose. That's all I can say. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Alifia, Leonel from St. Lucia.
Hi, Alex. I'm always there.
Yes, I know you're always there. That's why I know your name now. From St. Lucia.
I'm still waiting.
I'm coming. Don't worry. I'm coming to St. Lucia. I will be there soon someday. All right. I came the other time, right? So I'll be back.
No problem.
God bless you. Zina, how are you, Zina? See your beautiful smile. We are done. We are just chatting.
Thank you, Mr. Alexandra.
It's just networking now, so anybody can. Zina, where are you? I thought I just saw you. Where are you? Where is she?
I'm here.
Oh, yeah? Zina.
I'm here waiting on you.
Oh, yeah? Where are you waiting on me for? Where are you again?
I'm at the top or not at the bottom.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I see you now. I see you, yeah. Where are you joining from again?
From Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, that's right. Very cold out there, right? Yeah. The day I came to Winnipeg.
You dress warm?
The day I came to Winnipeg, I blew my nose and I didn't clean it properly. What was left froze. I had to break the ice from my nose. I'm like, I ain't coming back to Winnipeg. You guys crazy out there. You're crazy out there. Shirley Coates. I hope you had a good time. We are just chatting now.
That's why we have peace.
Oh, were you here? Yeah, Zainab, did you profit from today or you just joined?
I just joined. I just came from work. Then I always miss in your classes. And
This one was recorded on YouTube. So the link is on YouTube. Henry, drop it again for her. Yes. Shirley, so what are you? You're in Jamaica, so I speak Jamaica. Where you say?
I am not in Jamaica, I'm in Belize.
Oh yeah, Belize, that's right. Sorry.
Belize, yeah.
Yes. So what do you say then? You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. I must say I enjoyed it. It have definitely inspired me to be a leader that leads with more tenacity and leadership, because from time to time, all of us comes to that point where we encounter some type of situation that somewhat demoralizes us, because us as leaders, we experience the same thing. But at times, just to have your cup filled up a little bit more, and that's what you did for me this evening. So I really, really appreciate that. I know I'm going to start off tomorrow again with a bright glow as usual, and also to keep in mind to make sure I get to know my people. That's one of the things I know for a while I need to work on, because I speak to staff, it's a lot of hello, etc., but I see the difference when I make the effort to get to know my people. So what I started doing the other day is just to go in the lunchroom and just sit with them and have lunch and listen to their discussion. I don't comment, but I listen to their discussions, etc. And from time to time, I'm noticing one by one, they're starting to come by my office or just peeping at the door and say, good morning or good afternoon. So what you said was ideally on point. So what I need to work on now specifically is the resilience and tenacity aspect of it. I know I do it, but from time to time as humans, we do get bogged down when I won't say a crisis, but a challenge hits us firmly in the gut. But this is a booster for me, so thank you so much, Alex.
How many people do you have?
Well, our organization on a whole is like 200 and something, but I'm so happy what you mentioned earlier, because currently I'm focusing on a small team. So that's why I love the area that you mentioned, getting to know your people, and that's what I'm working on. And it's a team that is new to me. So this is beautiful for me to get this information from you as well, and I'm going to put it in action. I need to get to know my people and to show them love, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And in addition to that, you should arrange for us to come speak to those people or for them to take some of the courses we have. So send me an email, then you and I can go back and forth on email and see what you have and how we can support your organization. My own is every organization I touch should
I'll
be.
definitely do that, because to be honest, this invitation was sent to me by our training coordinator. So
And,
our training
and the training coordinator didn't come.
Yeah, the training coordinator was in a training, was assisting with a training. So I noticed one of my other colleagues logged on a while after, but I'm going to share with them what I learned today. So I'm sure when the next session comes up, for sure more persons will be logged on. That's definite. We have a lot going on at our department right now.
Yeah, so the next one's certification program. Before I come on board and do an open one, I always like to, before a certification program begins, I do an open one like this. So in the month of May is all certification program and also facilitating programs in different organizations. And in June, we have probably Jamaica and the UK, major event in those two places. So June's out, then July and August completely. I'm on the plane. 80% of my life is on the plane, in the hotels, in the airports, and things like that. So they hardly catch me sitting down here. But anyway, thanks to everybody.
Yeah, sorry, Alex, jump in. I'm glad I could say. Me too, I'm having difficulties for Sierra Leoneans. And my business, and I will send you an email one day to invite you. Maybe we'll set it for December, because I'm planning to go to Sierra Leone. The organization I have, as for me, it's really difficult to get with my people, because here they don't educate. When they find ourselves into healthcare aid, that's it. Trying to bring them in. Now, my own organization, as I said, in fact, I got my master's degree in Nova Scotia. You know now how they are so passionate in international development. So all these courses that you are doing, I know of it. But my own community, I want to focus on with the organization. I am trying to get like international job work, which I got a license already for recruit and hiring. But Sierra Leone, I can say, let's do like online courses, training. There is no light. You just mentioned. They have diamond, gold, bauxite, you name it. People are just losing.
What I would suggest is, Henry, drop your information there. Henry is our coordinator for that. Work with Henry. Henry is from Uganda, by the way. Henry, drop your information or take Synapse information so two of you can coordinate it. And if there's anybody here that also wants us to come speak, either in your country or your organization or your church, Henry, just drop a contact right there, please. Drop it. Just put it. Or you just respond to the email that you got when you sign in and say, you don't have to be the pastor, the bishop, the professor, the director, the president. If never think of yourself as too small. You can just even take this link and send it to your CEO in your organization and watch what will happen in it. Right. So nobody is too small to initiate transformation. Nobody's too smart to initiate transformation. Everybody, both you, Ekimelech or Wes, or I don't know where you all work. You work in Starbucks. let people know that there are some training programs that they should be exposed to. We have over 500 courses online, right? If they can't afford to bring me in, I have other speakers that they may be able to afford to bring in, or they may take a course online. So don't sit. Leadership, allow me to end with this point. Leadership demands that you be a voice for transformation, an agent of change. If you go home and you don't share what you learned today, you wasted your time. I'm sorry. You did. You must go and bless somebody today. 3 people. Call them on WhatsApp. Go on the WhatsApp chat, your group chat. Post something on Facebook. Post something on LinkedIn. Find me on LinkedIn. Join me. Tag me. Right? Anybody you tag me. Share what you've learned. Alex, how do you know so much? Because I share so much. That's it. So you keep sharing. The only way what you learned will stick to you is when you share it. If you keep it to yourself, it will leave you. Fact. These are spiritual facts. If you keep it to yourself, if God blesses you and you hold it like this, it will finish and you will never be blessed again. That's your blessing means you share. That blessing, as you get, you share. So, my friend, as Jesus would say, go and live likewise. God bless you all. I'm out.
No, yet. Please,
Thank you.
let me gather
Thank you.
this.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I want to be
Thank
the
you very
last to leave the
much.
room, so you all start leaving one by one. Thank you, Asma. Leave your comment on the chat. Absolutely. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Absolutely. Hi, Saint. Deborah, thank you so much for being part of it. Ugo Nachi. Oh, Ugo Nachi, you're there.
It's
Bless you
not.
as well. Alefia from St. Lucia. God bless you. Jasmine.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex.
Yes. Selena Bibia.
Thank you. Let me
Bibia.
just.
Absolutely. Gerard Lewis. Verona, you are blessed. God bless you. Jasmine.
Thank you, Alex. I know I
Yes.
was quiet this time because I've worked 16 hours.
Oh my goodness. Now go and rest, please. Go and rest.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Tinoala, God bless you. God bless you. Gerard
thank you,
Lewis,
Alex.
you are blessed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Layla Smith, we didn't hear your voice today, but God bless you too. Absolutely. Yes. Clarissa Anderson. Yes. God bless you. God bless you. Some are still here. You all want to come? You want to come? You all come through the Zoom. Let's eat together. Eat together. Yes. If Elon Musk was not crazy, then maybe he can invent something that you can go through Zoom, but he's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. Yes, yes. Thank you for your dynamic energy. Yes.
Alex, thank you so much. Appreciate all that you do, Alex. I really appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
This
God
was an
bless you.
awesome
Indeed.
session. Thank you. Like even as tired as I was, it actually re-energized me and was engaging. So I appreciate you so much. Well, I always appreciate you, you know that. But yeah,
Yes, yes,
I
that means a
especially
lot to me.
appreciate you today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
It was
Absolutely.
uplifting and energizing.
Yes, my love language is words of encouragement. So you all send me all the encouragement. That's all. Alex,
Well,
people say, Alex, I don't know how I can pay you for this. I say, you can't,
we're
just
just
pray.
mirroring you, Alex. We're just mirroring you. You encourage us all.
Yes, yes, just pray. God bless you. God bless you. Mr. Duff Valerie,
May the
nice to
Lord,
meet you.
may the Lord continue to bless you and increase you, expand you.
Amen.
May He renew grace upon you
Amen.
as you increase, as you help others to
Yes.
increase their potential.
Yes, Lord.
And I just pray the favor of the Lord continue to expand you, and that the generations will continue to be transformed as a
Amen.
result of your impact upon nations and peoples all over the world.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. I
Amen.
claim that. Absolutely.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I claim that.
Doesn't look like anybody wants to get off the platform.
Yeah, believe me, it's always like that. And sometimes I finish. I'm not kidding you. For the next 1 hour, there's still like 80 people online. I'm done. Nobody wants to go.
Okay,
You
I'll
that
let
is
you
saying
in
it.
now.
You that is saying it. You didn't
You're
go.
still there.
That is the power of inspiration. That's the power of inspiration. Guys, let me tell you, as we are speaking, some people are killing themselves right now. Right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
It is sobering. I mean, go on vacation, enjoy yourself, but never forget that somebody is taking their life. As you take a breath, Somebody just killed himself. Somebody just killed himself. That is the rate of suicide these days. Man, woman, now children, 11 years, 10-year-old in Canada. And then you want to tell me we should all sit down and be singing Kumbaya? Are you kidding me? Like this is my work. This is my work. I've gone 5 days speaking. I will only tire when I stop. That's the truth. This is we are all listen. It was what's his name? John Wesley. He says, set yourself on fire, and people will come from afar to watch you burn. You are all here watching me burn. I'm burning right now. If I keep quiet and I don't talk or I'm not saying anything that's inspiring, you gone. So every one of us should be on fire. Fire. It was Mother Teresa who said, everyone should sweep the front of their house and the whole world will be clean. Just the front of your own house. Nobody, you are not sweeping your house, but you are pointing finger at the one who's not sweeping his house. That's what Jesus said. Why are you concerned with the speck in a brother's eye when you have a log in yours? The world is messed up. It's time we admit it. We live in a fallen and a broken world. And I must add, a wicked one too. Jesus himself said it. He said, because of the wickedness of the world, the love of many have gone cold. People are cold, not even just cold, callous. People are talking Donald Trump. It's not just Donald Trump. I don't know people voted him there. I don't know people supporting him today. I go on Facebook there, I see pastors praising him, saying he's God sent. So, like, where do you even start? Please, let's be the light that we've been called to be and the salt that we've been called to be. That's it. That's it. Love, love, love. All right? Go and be the light. Send me a message. I'll see you all next time. And hopefully those who sign up for the class, see you next Tuesday and see you next Thursday.